Good morning and welcome back. So we're here outside Memphis at the Yogi Bear Jellystone Park, and today we're going to explore some of the national parks and historic sites in the area. There's so many, I had to pull the book out to see what we can do today. There's actually 4 that we're going to try to fit in today, starting with Shiloh National Military Park in Shiloh, Tennessee. We just made it to Shiloh Military Park, and Alicia just discovered that this is a Civil War National Park, and she is thrilled to be here.
Can't wait to take this all in. He tells me there's 4 of these we might see today.
I'm gonna go inside the visitor center and the bookstore because the girls are asleep and see what there is to do here, and tell Alicia all about the history. Bookstore's over there, visitor center over there.
Yeah.
Got the passport stamped. Cool. It's upside down. And this is for Thomas, since he loves the patches. Got the patches already.
Hey, awesome.
So now I'm gonna run to the visitor center and get our map and figure out what there is to do here.
So what'd you get?
So apparently this was a huge battle back in the Civil War.
Yeah.
And the winner was Ulysses S. Grant.
Yeah.
He wanted to become president after this.
Oh.
Also, there was another president, I forget his name, but he was commanding officer here too.
Really?
He was right after him. But there's a lot going on here, too much to explain. If you're interested, you should just come here and check it out. It's pretty cool, but it's huge. We're here at stop number 1 on the automobile driving tour. We're gonna drive around the park and we follow our map, and it's got explanations at each spot what took place and why it was important for the war events. So this is spot 1. It's called Grant's Last Stand. Ashlyn.
Ashlyn, what are these?
They are guns.
They are guns. Kind of like guns. But they are called cannons. They shoot cannonballs.
Hey Alicia.
Hey.
What do you think about this place so far?
There's so many cannons and so many statues everywhere. Big, huge statues. They're really pretty.
I will say, whoever recreated this has a lot of time into it.
Yeah.
It's 3 days of battle, and they have plaques about every single movement of the entire battle that took place here.
Yeah, there's a ton of plaques you could read here, for sure.
It's so much information. It's definitely a history buff's dream because it's very interesting, but you would need days to see it all.
Well, and to go in order, the tour has stops, like stop number 1, stop number 2. So to follow it and actually see it all, it would take a while.
It's crazy. We've been doing figure 8s on this tour because the tour says go to the next spot, which is sort of where you just came from, but you're following the battle in the order they want you to see it in.
Yeah. Can you imagine? So what? We've probably seen 100 cannons.
Yeah.
I think here so far. Imagine how loud it was over those 2 days, and all these trees.
Oh, and these trees weren't this big back then, but they were still here. You couldn't see, but you could hear what was going on very close by.
Yeah, it would be terrifying, I think.
We've done the little driving scenic tour, and it's pretty cool, but there's so many things out in all the trails and all the fields around here that you can't get to because there's nowhere to park. We've seen a lot of people riding bikes and e-bikes around here. I think that's the way to really see this park because you can go down the trails, you can go out in the fields. There's a lot going on you can't get to from the road.
Okay, so the next place we're going to, is it like this or do you know?
I'm pretty sure it's very similar to this. It was just another one of the battles in the war. And it was along this stretch of area.
What's it called?
It's called Bryce's Crossroad.
And that's where we're headed?
Yep.
All right, let's go check it out.
See y'all there. Okay, so we just got here at Bryce's Crossroads battlefield. Let's go check it out. There's not even a visitor center here. It's just the battlefield. It's what's left of it. They have a few signs that talk about what went on here. But now on to the next one, Tupelo battlefield. This is it. We're at the Tupelo National Battlefield.
It's not very big, but it does have some big trees that are really pretty.
It's still got the memorial.
Yeah.
And it still recognizes what happened here back in the 1800s. So did you enjoy your history lesson today?
I did. It was excellent.
I think what's different is we just came from the west where all the national parks were giant, big, landscape, scenic things.
Yeah.
And here, it's not about a place. It's like it's an event or a cultural thing that happened in history.
Yeah.
So I think that's the biggest thing to get used to is we're not seeing scenery, we're seeing events and things that shaped America.
Exactly.
So we're gonna have to get used to that because if you don't do your homework, you kind of don't understand why you're here.
Right.
And we didn't do homework on this. When we first started camping and we got this map, we made rules.
Yeah.
In order to put a sticker on, we had to stay in that state and do an adventure in that state. This one's tricky because technically we're in Memphis, Tennessee, but not really because we're actually parked here in Mississippi.
Yeah.
So we did adventures in Mississippi, we did adventures in Tennessee, but the camper stayed in Mississippi.
So we only get a Mississippi sticker.
This time's gonna be Mississippi.
And we don't get our Tennessee one, even though we went there.
Not until we park there and stay there for the night.
Right.
Dad, this one will be hard to be.
Can you help Daddy? It's gonna be Mississippi. Can you say Mississippi?
Yes, Mississippi.
Good
Dad, this
job.
one will be hard to put on.
It's gonna be hard to put on, yes, because it's really far away.
But we're gonna get it because your gran used to live there. She's gonna take us. How many do we have?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 states.
All right.
Not bad for 1 year so far, and we're not done yet.
Not bad at all.
Good morning and welcome back. So we really enjoyed our time exploring Memphis and all the things around. But now it's time to pack up and head on down the road. Today, we're heading to St. Louis, Missouri. It's not. It's horrible. Even the trucks keep switching lanes when they make it better.
I can't hold the camera still.
Hey.
Hey.
You ever been to Missouri?
Yeah. No, I actually have not.
So as my grandpa would say, welcome to Missouri.
That's what I was wondering. Do you say Missouri or Missouri?
My grandpa and every old person in our family says Missouri.
Yeah.
But all the young people say Missouri.
Yeah.
So what do you say?
I say Missouri. Unless I was talking to my grandpa. Then it's Missouri.
Missouri.
Is it fuel time again?
It is. We're only made it halfway, and it says we don't have enough to get the rest of the way.
How much longer do we have?
It says we have 169 miles to our campground, and my truck says 163 until we're empty.
Uh-oh. So we better get some diesel. Looks like we got a line today.
That's okay. We need to take a rest anyway.
Yes. Get some food.
These trucks need to move.
Why?
Because they are in our way. They want to the gas.
So do we, huh?
Yep.
So a lot of people often ask, how far can you go on a full tank of diesel? Well, my truck has a 48-gallon tank, and without the camper, it can go 800 miles. But with the camper, we can't even make 300 miles. Now, most of our travel days are right around the 300-mile mark, so we can't make it from the first campground to the next campground without stopping. But we handle that by scheduling our lunch breaks about halfway, and we fill up a diesel no matter what. Mostly because we never want to find out if this computer up here on the dash is actually right when it says miles to E. Ashley Boo, you got lunch? What do we got?
$37 worth of chicken is what we got.
You got lunch?
Yay!
This is starting to become a habit with you. All right, so this is lunch on a travel day.
A $40 gourmet meal.
Now, it's not always like this. Sometimes we make sandwiches.
No. Most times we make sandwiches.
But
Today, no.
we took too long getting ready this morning, and we had to get out before they started charging us more. All right, lunchtime's over. You ready to get back on the road?
Ready to roll. What time will we be there?
It says 6 o'clock.
Some big rigs here.
That's why I chose it, because it looked like a lot of really nice rigs were here.
Yeah.
So I knew it'd be easy for us to get in. It's not about if they're nice or not. It means if they can get here, we can get here.
Can get here too.